Yeah.
Sorry.
So in the email I sent you, there's an attachment about what we're doing. So you can read about it and it's got more explicit instructions. But the meditation we're doing is called the Kirtan Kriya. And it is hands down the most studied meditation for activating the brain, for both hemispheres of the brain, the memory gland, which is in the back as well, activating through the pineal and the pituitary, through the third eye. But most of the science has been about how the combination of the sounds, sa, ta, na, ma, so SATANAMA, they're the primal sounds, and that literally means infinity, life, death, rebirth. So it's like the cycle of life. When we're chanting those 4 words, we want to make sure we're really using our tongue. You have 84 nadis on the roof of your mouth, so it's really a sa, ta, ti, the tongue hits the roof of the mouth, na, ma. And the way that the tongue moves in the mouth is important. So you want to make sure that you're really enunciating and using the tongue so that the tongue is connecting to those meridian points. The mudra that we're using, so we'll just make sure, that you're obviously sitting really connected with the sit bones. I always like to sit with a bolster because it mimics, I don't always sit in like a full lotus, but that kind of naturally does that lift. But we want, like hips forward, chest up, shoulders back, really allowing there to be like almost like if you close your eyes, feeling a visual channel, that Shushmana being opened from the root to the crown. The chin is always just gently tucked in. So it's kind of like not a chin down like this. It's a little more funky chicken, Jalandhara Bandha, just to open up the flow of energy in the cervical spine as well. So the energy can come up through the back of the third eye point here, activating the pineal and the third eye. The hand positions, we're going to have our arms straight. And we really want to make sure you don't get too lazy about it. Obviously, if you're really tired after a session, I'd rather have you do it than not do it. So if you have to get a little bit lazy with it, but really do try and have the arms straight. Now, the thumb is going to touch with the index finger first. That's going to be your sa. You release ta, na, ma to the pinky, and then we start again. So sa, ta, na, ma. And again, much like the tongue, you want to make sure that the thumb is connecting with really giving a little push, because these are pressure points. And what these mudras mean, this is knowledge, wisdom, vitality, and communication. You don't have to remember all of this. It's on the sheet. I just want to let you know it has meaning as well. So it's like the ego coming in, knowledge, wisdom, vitality, communication. And so that combination of the sa, ta, na, ma really helps to activate. Now, the one couple of things that are important for this is typically we are meditating with our eyes closed and our focal point being at the brow. Now, because this is such an activator for the brain, they just found that you actually really need to visualize energy coming in the crown, down to the pineal, and then out the third eye. So visualizing a bit of an L and in, and it helps the energy flow kind of in and out so we don't get all bunged in the brain, because you might find you get a little pressure, which we don't want to add any more pressure for you in this space. So the visual light in the crown, into the center of the brain, out the third eye, and up.
Okay.
And the way that the meditation is, and I thought we'd do the 12-minute version. I'm going to send you several sound, like different versions of this. There's so many different beautiful versions of this, and you can just kind of mix it up. Some are women, some are men, some are choirs. There's actually some great videos on YouTube. I have several on my website of this, but being able to just have this together to, for the practicing of it. And, but I'll send you 11-minute versions, 31-minute versions, and you can really play with it. I would invite you to try the 31-minute version. It is a long period of time, but I find what happens in the mind when we do 31 minutes is you give yourself time to, like, you get annoyed, you get euphoric, you like feel all the feels, because it's like, oh my God, when is this going to end? You get the joy of when it transitions towards the end. And it's very interesting to see how you react kind of physically and emotionally in a 31-minute meditation, whereas 12 minutes kind of like, that's always doable, 11 minutes. But the way that it works is, so for the 11-minute meditation, I have to do my math, 3, hold on, 2, 2, 2, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, yeah, it's 12 minutes. So it will be, the first part, 2 minutes will be in a loud speaking voice. Then it's 2 minutes in what they call the lover's whisper. It's like kind of a pronounced whisper. So it'll be like a sa, ta, na. Then we go into 4 minutes of silence, but you're not chanting, but you're still mentally chanting it in your mind. You're still using the mudras. Then it'll go back to 2 minutes of the whisper, and the final 2 minutes are back to the full strength of the voice, really bringing it in. And then I'll show you at the end, we're always kind of taking the hands up and then shaking out the energy we've created in the hands out into the auric field. So do you have any questions on that?
Well, yes, first, you sent me one audio recording that I did listen to. Is that what this was? Do you remember it? You sent it early on.
No, I sent you the Tantric Waheguru.
Yes, that is what, right, yes.
Yeah, that was just that Waheguru is just calling on bliss and ecstasy. It's kind of a call. Wahe means bliss now. Guru is the transformation from darkness to light. And it's just such a beautiful, simple mantra that is just really transformative. And I just thought you might like it.
No, I loved it. I loved it. But I got confused about what it was.
That's okay. Yeah, and the sheet that I sent you, as I told you, I did a lot of work at Memory Matters, which was a brain clinic. And like the sheet takes the information that was written by the Association for Alzheimer's about how during their studies, I sent you also a link to a New York Times article on Kirtan Kriya. So that's in the mail I sent you, is the description that was given to the Alzheimer's Association, because they said this should be used for everyone, caregivers and people with, like for everybody, for activating and keeping the memory gland active in the hemispheres of the brain. The New York Times talks a lot more about the science behind it as being one of the most potent meditations we can do. So it's just kind of, I just thought you might like the science as well as the experience.
Candace, what I'm learning from this conversation is, well, one of the things that I'm learning is that, and this is a crass way of saying it, but I have to do work. And I mean that in a good way. I'm feeling, not that I don't have a sense of guilt about it, but I am feeling like I didn't prepare enough for today, and it's actually a wonderful learning for me that actually that it's going to require work on my part, and so I'm just based on what you've said so far, it's that is hitting me in a big way.
Well, and I want to, my philosophy just as a teacher is, I know for me, I want to understand, why is this working? Like, I'm happy to jump in the deep end and have experiences, but I also, for me, it's really important to share a little bit the science behind it. Just because I find it allows me to be like, okay, I'm going to keep going because I know this works, like even if I don't feel it, I know this is tried and true. And so, let's we'll go into this and have the experience, and then being able to kind of read into it and then practicing, I think then that will add, just kind of even deepen the experience for you.
How do you know when the 2-minute intervals happen?
we're gonna do a recording, I'm gonna do it with you, so I don't want to be sitting there with the timer. And there's, each of the recordings, you'll notice the change in the voices. We'll be chanting along with them.
Fine.
And because I will, yeah, so we'll be chanting along with them, and they always include like a ding, or you'll notice the change in the sound of the voice.
Okay, good. So I'm basically just listening for the cue.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you this first time.
Yeah, fine. Okay, good.
And so one thing that is really important to me is this is a Kundalini practice, and in Kundalini, it is absolutely required that we tune in and that we close our session. And tuning in is, we use Gurmukhi rather than Sanskrit. So whereas in many yoga classes, there's an opening Om, and maybe you close with an Om as well. Kundalini is very specific. We chant the words. I'm actually put them up on the chat for you so you could read.
Okay, thank you.
I just couldn't send it yet because it's Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. And I want to explain that. So it literally means I bow to the infinite wisdom. I bow to something greater than myself. It's a way of opening up the portal to the infinite, to the ancient teachings, but it's also Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo, but I'm bowing to the wisdom within myself as well. So it's a connection up to all of this great wisdom, but it's an acknowledgement of everything that we have learned this lifetime, other lifetimes, and it opens up a channel from your wise heart up to the divine. And so Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. And when you Ong, your tongue hits the roof of the mouth. That in and of itself brings the vibration into the nasal cavity, which then creates a vibration which crosses the brain line. And you'll probably learn this as well. When the, not many things can cross the brain line, serotonin and dopamine can, which is also released when we're chanting. But it allows the vibration to access both sides of the brain. Also, that tongue to the roof of the mouth kind of enhances the connection of the throat chakra to the third eye. So it's like a linking up of the chakras. And we keep it, it's just, that's an important part of honoring that practice, that we will chant that 3 times before we begin. And at the end, after we've done all of our stuff, and I'll walk you through this, you don't have to remember it all right now, we will close with 3 times Sat Nam, SATNAM, and that means truth is my identity, or truth is my essence. And it's a call really to seal the practice in your highest vibration of truth and purpose. And we have this great kind of clarity, and it just allows you to kind of wrap around your practice and your vibration a sense of like closure, but really in a higher vibration. It's just a beautiful kind of beginning and end that I honor in every class and every meditation, that I'll invite you to do that as well.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and let me get this set up really quickly. I have to shift the, what I'm gonna do is I am going to mute you because it won't let us both chant, and that way you'll have me and the music. It'll come through. I've got a kind of a musician's setup that I'm going to hit now. Remind me at the end when we're speaking to turn it off, because otherwise it'll be like a bad international recording where it'll echo. But I'll put it on right now, and then I'm going to mute you. Now, if you have a major issue during this, just kind of wave your hands. I'll open my eyes every few minutes just to check, to take a look. I'll keep an eye, but I want to be able to practice this with you, and you'll really be able to maybe feel in energetically as we kind of share in that experience. So I picked one of my favorite satanamas. So let's go ahead and just start with your hands down on your knees, Jeremy. It's a great way to get grounded. We want to, in this practice, so many people want to get lifted up, that elevation from the crown. We're human, we're here for a reason. I want you to be grounded and connected always. So just with the hands down, it allows us to just feel into our physicality and kind of just allowing yourself to really sit all the way down, visualizing perhaps roots down into Mother Earth, and then really coming into that beautiful alignment, stretching your crown up, creating that lovely channel for energy. And bring your attention to your breath. Your eyes are closed, gently rolled to the third eye point. And just breathing in and out the nose for a moment, coming into awareness of the breath, directing that prana a little bit further than just the upper part of the heart space. Allow it to reach around to the back of the ribs, letting go on the exhale of any stale energy that has been built up in the body. As you breathe more, bring that prana even more deeply down, the diaphragm, the solar plexus, the navel. And then even down towards the root. Kundalini energy resides in the second and third vertebra. It is a Shakti energy. When activated, it is a creator and a destroyer. So it is meant to help us to destroy blocks in our body, blocks in our energy flow, and help us to activate all of the creative aspects of the chakras. So fully breathing all the way down to the pelvic floor, making sure that the jaw isn't tense, the tongue is in the soft palate. And then bring your hands out off the knees in front of you and begin to rub the palms together vigorously. We create some warmth and we create some heat. It also allows you to feel into the healing portal that is your hands. It warms up those fingertips, those pressure points for the mudra. Then we bring that heat into prayer pose, thumbs connect at the sternum, fingers pointing up and out, forearms parallel to the earth. We take a deep inhale in, and a great big sigh out. Relax the nervous system. Let's inhale again, one more time, deeply through the nose. Great big sigh out. On the next inhale, we will be tuning in Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Let's inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale, hold the breath, place the tongue on the roof of the mouth, feeling into your vibration, into the cross of the brain line, the vibration that we built into the body, into the field. And then release the breath. Allow your elbows to drop down towards the ribs. Let your prayer open into a little lotus cup so the pinkies and the thumbs stay together. And just for a moment, Jeremy, anything that's really weighing heavy at this moment, thoughts of the past, thoughts of the future. In this little practice, I start every class in meditation this way. It's like we place the thoughts in our mind that are taking us from the present moment, and we place them in this cup. It's called giving it up to God, give it up to the divine, goddess, whatever feels right for you. But we place all of those thoughts in this cup so that we can be fully present as we meditate the next 12 minutes. On your next inhale, lift the cup up, giving it up to source. Feel the stretch through the armpits, reaching up until you feel that the burdens have been lifted. Then turn the palms so they're facing out. On the exhale, I want you to sweep through your field, visualizing that you are simply able with your hands to clear out any energy that is not yours, anything that's heavy. We want your aura to be the most beautiful expression of your energy flow, no matter how perfectly imperfect it may be. We let those fingertips touch the earth. We feel into the earth beneath us. And I want you to just breathe there for a moment. I'm just going to turn this off so we're not hearing my washing machine. And in that space of grounding and connection, take a nice long deep inhale. Hold the breath, check the face is soft, maybe even a smile. It relaxes all of those muscles. And then take an extra sip through rounded lips. And a great big sigh out. Bring the hands back, arms straight onto the knees. And we'll get prepared for the meditation. We've now opened that channel up and we are grounded down. And let's go ahead and begin. Remember, it's a chant, not a song. We really want the words to be strong. We'll let the singers in the song sing. We will make the sounds. Satanama, 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 Satanama. Satanama, 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 Satanama. Our whisper. Satanama, 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 sa ta na ma 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 sa ta na ma. Continue mentally chanting. Use your mudra and don't forget your eye focus through the crown and third eye. ta, na, ma. Back to our whisper. Na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa ta na ma 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 ta na ma sa 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 ta na ma ta na ma sa ta na ma. Now take a deep inhale. Raise your arms up. Allow yourself to be conscious of sensations in the fingertips. Holding that breath, filled up with that vibration of the primal sounds. On the exhale, shake your hands out like you're shaking energy out into your field, all throughout the field. And then inhale, reach up again. Hold the breath, connect. Creating that channel of prana and energy. Exhale, shake, shake, shake into your field. One last time, inhale up. Reaching up as far as you can, balancing the polarities through the armpits. It's the Ida and the Pingala. Holding, gazing out the third eye, face is soft, relax and shake. Bring the hands back into prayer at the heart center. The mantra is Sat, S-A-T, Nam, N-A-M, truth is my essence. The Sat is long, the Nam is very short, like 8 to 1. So let's inhale for 3 Sat Nams. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Deep inhale, holding that frequency of truth and purpose, your fullest essence. Release the breath. You can let the hands drop into the lap and just take 1 minute just to sit and breathe gently in and out the nose. Keep the eye focused at the third eye and just notice how you feel. Whenever you are ready, I'm just going to switch the sound. I will switch off the recording.